Hello and greetings from Finland. My name is Pekka Kess and I will be discussing about beer logistics in Finland and Estonia between these two Nordic countries. A couple words about Finland and Estonia. We are neighboring countries. Finland is more north and Estonia is our neighbor to south. Finland is part of the Nordic countries with Sweden, Norway, Denmark and Iceland. And Estonia is a part of the Baltic countries with Latvia and Lithuania. Helsinki is capital of Finland and Tallinn is the capital of Estonia. The number of people in these countries is rather small in global scale. Finland has a population of about 5.5 million people and Estonia 1.5, a little bit less. The surface area of Finland is quite large, 300,000 square kilometers. Estonia being a little bit smaller, actually a lot smaller, 45,000 square kilometers. The GDP per person in Finland is about 44,000 US dollars, and in Estonia it's about half of that, 22,000 US dollars. Estonia has been growing very fast in the last couple of decades after being independent in 1991. Actually, both countries became independent in early 1900 from Russia. Finland 1917 and Estonia in 1918. Estonia was occupied by Soviet Union sometime after Second World War and became independent again in 1991. We have many times called brothers, Finland being the big brother and Estonia being the small brother. We have a very strong cultural relations. We speak languages that are very similar. Not the same, but very similar. Why talking about the alcohol traffic from Estonia to Finland or logistics between these two countries? The idea became when traveling by ferry between Helsinki and Tallinn. Ferry is the most convenient mean of transportation between these two countries. And actually, the whole area between Baltic countries, Finland and Sweden, there's very heavy ferry traffic from Helsinki to Stockholm to Tallinn. Many routes on daily basis, several every day, are crossing the waters here. What you can see when traveling between Tallinn and Helsinki is that people are taking boxes and carrying a lot of alcohol drinks, beer, cider, wine, and liquor, whiskey, vodka, drinks like that. Large number of people are doing that, and sometimes even when they have a car with them on a ferry, they can fill the whole car with these drinks. And there are reasons for why people are doing that. I try to explain a little bit about it. So the alcohol consumption in Finland is not totally problematic, but to some extent, yes. People say that we Finns are not very good with alcohol. We don't drink that often, but when we drink too much. That's a generalization, which might not be true anymore with the younger generations. But anyway, we buy, or the Finns buy alcohol drinks from grocery stores and state-owned monopoly shops called Alko. About 70% of all consumption is obtained both from the shops. About 10% of alcohol is consumed in restaurants, and 20% of all consumption is taken care by taking alcohol from abroad. When traveling to other countries, people bring home tax-free or low-tax alcohol drinks to Finland. And 20% of our total consumption comes from that source. And since Estonia is close to Finland, easy access, a lot of people take the opportunity to go to Tallinn and bring alcohol, like beer, back home. Finland is also exporting beer. We have a few large breweries with long tradition of making beer, and quite extensive product development going on there, and the quality of the Finnish beer should be high in global scale. And we export beer mostly to our neighboring countries, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Germany, Sweden, but especially to Estonia. And that is an interesting perspective, as we saw the economy of Estonia is not that large, but still it's an important customer for Finnish breweries. Recent years, my small breweries have started in Finland production, but that is not so big deal from economical points of view. It's large breweries that export their products. Taxation of alcohol is common in nearly all countries. Finland is very heavily putting tax on alcohol, and the trend has been increasing, whether it's a strong alcohol or cider or beer or wine. The trend has been up in the last years, and that's an easy way of getting more money for the government or for the state to provide services to citizens. But how big is the tax burden with alcohol drinks? If we take an example of a can of normal good Finnish beer, you can buy it from a grocery store around €1 price, a little bit over that. In that can, there's a value-added tax, 21 cents in a can. There's alcohol tax, 55 cents in a can, meaning that 70% of the price of the can is tax. And with the remaining 30%, the breweries have to buy the raw materials, pay the salaries, run the operations, take care of the logistics, inventories, take care of marketing and sales, all activities, and at the end to make a little bit of profit. It's fair to make some profit. The government makes 70% profit without doing anything, just collecting the tax. Some people say it's fair. Some people say it's not fair. You can judge. Comparing this taxation of Finnish beer with European countries, we can see the huge difference. Here's Finland, and here are some big European economies, Germany and Spain, and the others here in between. Even with our neighbor Estonia, we have about a double taxation on beer. And it's not only the tax on alcohol, it's also the VAT, where in Finland it's higher than in most European countries. Now comes the interesting part of the beer logistics between Finland and Estonia. It's not only the people who travel back and forth, it's the beer as well. The Finnish brands are sold in Estonia by the millions of liters. And most of that beer comes back to Finland on a ferry boats with people carrying them back home. They like to buy Finnish beer from Estonia because they know the quality and they know the taste, and they enjoy drinking Finnish beer. Of course, they bring also some Estonian beer with them. These can be bought in Finland from in the grocery stores as well, but those are taken also as a tourist gift or just buying. So out of these about 8 million liters that is exported from Finland to Estonia, 1 million tons, 1 million liters will remain in Estonia, but good part of that will be consumed by the Finnish tourists visiting Tallinn and Pärnu and other interesting places in Estonia, enjoying the restaurants and enjoying food with beer, or even without the food, just the beer. They drink again the Finnish beer. Of course, they consume beer from Estonia and other countries as well, but that is part of the game, that the Finnish beer is very successful in this business. And the ferry operators are making this logistics easy as well. Sailing between Helsinki and Tallinn is not that expensive. 2 hour sailing, you can get tickets as low as 15 euros. It's very cheap compared to other public transportation on dry land. And what makes it even more interesting is that if you take your car with you on a ferry boat, there are car ferries, so you can drive your car in the ferry, and with as low as 50 euros you can travel with your car to Tallinn. It's actually cheaper than keep your car on parking lot in Helsinki. So like myself, I come from distance with my car to Helsinki and want to take a boat ride to Tallinn. Makes sense to take the car as well. And with the car, I can bring all kinds of goodies back home. There has been a change in this logistics in the last 2 years because of the corona pandemic. COVID-19 has caused a big drop in travel, and it has been a drop in travel between Finland and Estonia as well. So the last year and a half, the travel import of alcohol has been dropping. But I'm sure that with the tax differences and price differences between these two countries, the trend will change in the coming times. Sooner or later, Finns return to the ships and ferries, and they start bringing alcohol drinks from Estonia to Finland. So was my story online this time in this conference. I hope next year we will meet in face to face, and we have the opportunity to have a beer together. So thank you very much, and enjoy your beer by yourself this year and next year together. Thank you.